Hi, welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm Dee. And it's been actually last week we kind of had to take a rain date, and we weren't here, unfortunately. So we missed you, and but we're here, and we have some friends here in the house, and we actually have a very young friend, and then we have one of our regular friends, and it's kind of cool to have a diversity of young people and old people, older people, because we're not old, we're just older, and we're just getting better, so that's a good thing. But right now, I'm going to introduce my friends, and I'm going to go to Theta first. Hi, Theta. How you doing?
Hey Dee, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good.
And then we have a young friend here, and his name is Ethan. Hi, Ethan.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, Ethan's here because we're going to talk about nutrition. We're going to talk about our journeys. And, well, we were trying to get his mom out here, but she wasn't ready. But we said, Ethan, come on out because he's been there helping his mom go through the journey and what have you. And he's, actually going through his own journey, being in school and dealing with nutrition and trying to stay healthy because it starts as an infant. So it's very important that we are all very aware of what's going on with our bodies. So you're on Passion for Life, and I thank you for coming out. And I know you were very determined to come out today with me. So I was very happy that your mom said, "Oh yeah, we created a monster," but that's a good thing. So, what's your passion? I know you're young, but what do you like in right now in your life?
I like to dance.
You like to dance. Okay. What else do you like to? Oh yeah, you did want to dance. You wanted to sing too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you know what? Next time we're gonna make time for you to sing and dance. How's that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But today we're gonna get serious a little bit, and we'll have fun too. Okay.
Okay.
Because I've known Ethan for a little bit. I think I met you about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and we have our nice little friendship, and we just working together because I work with your dad and your mom, and have our little health and wellness business, and we're doing some amazing things, and it's a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we went to Ethan, talk to me. When we went, because this is live,
Mm-hmm.
so all your friends are watching this now. Mm-mm. We're gonna talk. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about our journey because right now your mom, Theater, and myself have started this journey of whole foods and no processed foods. So we were talking earlier about maybe how you eat at school.
At school, is I eat home lunch, but at the cafeteria lunch is like food, but some foods are not the proper foods that you should be eating because some of them has a lot of fatting in it, like pizza, teriyaki chicken, and lots of more stuff.
So now you're saying that you take your food from home opposed to eating the food that's at school, right?
Mhm.
So, but the kids, they're eating all the foods at school, which are like like pizza
Mhm.
and chicken,
Sometimes hamburgers too.
hamburgers too, and so it's basically processed foods. Did you learn a lot when you went to that seminar with your mom about processed foods?
Yeah.
So like, okay, what kind of processed foods are you trying to avoid now?
Some foods that I have to avoid sometimes is some sometimes I need to avoid trying to eat some junk food sometimes.
What kind of foods?
Junk
Junk
food?
food.
Junk foods, okay. So the junk foods are like
McDonald's.
Chips.
chips. Oh yeah, what popcorn and chips and all those things that are in packages, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So you not been doing that?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So how about, let's say, what are you eating instead of those chips and popcorn?
Sometimes I eat fruit.
Fruits? That's a good thing, right? Even though they say sugar is really bad for you, and you know, because your dad's on a mission about sugar, okay? So because we're measuring all the sugars and what have you, we're talking about AGEs, advanced glycation end products, and I know your grandparents have been sufferers of diabetes and what have you, but it's all about trying to get that healthiness. So we have to stop eating all those processed sugars and all those unhealthy sugars. But I know that sugar in the fruits are better. You know, they say to cut it down if you want to lose the weight. But if you want to be healthy, you can have the regular sugar from the fruits, and that would be good. And so that's what you've been doing now, right? And I know you've been trying to keep your mom in check, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know when you heard all that good stuff at that meeting, you were like, Ma, we're going to do this, right?
So how are you helping your mom?
I'm helping my mom when sometimes I help her from telling her sometimes the time when she forgot to spin.
Oh, she
Okay.
got to spin.
Yeah. Well, we're working with pressure, acupressure. So you know how that works a little bit? What we're doing is we have little balls that
And it actually works, and it lets you don't have the hunger, so you don't eat like at that second, and then you can wait a little later to eat.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. What it's doing is it's actually stimulating our hypothalamus and the metabolism so that it will actually work more efficiently, so that our bodies are working better in digesting the foods that are healthy that we're putting into our body. And that's what your mom's doing by spinning the balls and making sure that it helps so that she's not hungry. You're right. It does definitely help with the hunger because, oh my gosh, you start thinking, but what also helps with the hunger is not eating the processed foods because the processed foods actually stimulate your metabolism or your hunger. Is that not
Appetite
right?
stimulants.
Yeah. So if you eat whole foods, your body won't be as prone to wanting to eat and nonstop eating. Did you ever notice that when you're eating like more better foods that you're not as hungry when you eat the potato chips? You can't just have one. Or a cookie. When you eat a cookie, you won't have more
But
than
then
just one
when-
cookie.
On the milk days, I eat the yogurt, and the yogurt really helps me sometimes.
And you're not as hungry. Is that good? Is that good?
Mhm.
Have you lost any weight?
Mm,
Are you trying to lose weight?
a little bit.
A little bit. You want to be healthy, right? And your mom's on that journey right now to be healthy, and that's important. And she's looking good. Because I believe she lost like maybe 13.
13.
Yeah, 13 pounds initially, first 10 days, and a lot of inches. A lot of inches. So she's doing really good. I know Theta. You amazing.
Yes, I can't believe how much progress I made because I never thought it would be like this because I spent thousands of dollars on programs to help me, and it only made me sick, gaunt looking, susceptible to all kinds of flus and colds because my immune system went out of whack.
Mm.
And this is like the first program that I was able to do, and it has helped me. And it's also allowed my beverage, my Max and my Noni beverage, to enter into my cells so much easier, and it works so much better on my body. All of the chemicals that I had there, I no longer have these feelings of, how would you say, you know when you have menopausal feelings and all those kind of feelings
Right.
are diminished because a lot of the chemicals are flushed out of my body. So I really don't have that. That's been diminished. So on that note, I am very happy about that, because sometimes I could be sitting somewhere and say, I got to get out of here because I'm having an attack.
Right.
An
right.
emotional attack, which I don't, have too much anymore, which is really, really great.
And basically what? You just eliminated sugar, any unnatural sugar. And you eliminated all the processed foods and the foods that have the pesticides and the hormones, right?
Yeah,
And the GMOs.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, and we can actually break down what everything is, in terms of because a lot of people don't even know what processed foods are. Because I was actually ignorant to the fact that, like, cheese was considered a processed food, even though, let's say I had some raw goat milk cheese.
Okay.
So I thought, because it's raw and it's from goat, that's actually something natural that I can enjoy and eat on program.
Right.
And ultimately, when I started eating it, I couldn't stop, okay? And most of the fact that when it's processed, I find that you just can't stop eating, one thing. You have one piece, then you go back and get another piece,
Right.
and then you go back and get another piece, and it's like, oh my goodness, what is this, And you just can't stop at one little piece of cheese. I end up eating the whole thing. And I'm like, oh, that's a processed food.
Right.
That's what processed foods makes you do. What's that?
That cheese is so. It's like if you had a banana and you ate it, and then you ate it whole, and then it was so good and so good. You had another banana, and then it was so good and so good that you want to get another one. It's the same thing as cheese, so sometimes I do that. It's like it was cheese, and I have one piece of cheese in it. It's so good. The cheese is so good.
Have you had 3 bananas in one sitting?
So I only had 2.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of times also with our fruits, if they are treated with the GMOs
And pesticides.
and the pesticides, they do also taste a little better than let's say something that's more natural. And that's the problem with getting things that are not necessarily organic. And the thing is, I find it's so sad because I found that a lot of people actually don't feel like organic is a good thing, And
Or it's necessary.
no, well,
Yeah.
I was at a place the other day, and I happened to just go there because I lost my glasses, right? So I went back to see whether I could find them. And all of a sudden, I was saying I was on this whole food diet that I'm eating, basically organic, and I'm trying to stay away from the
And you had a test.
pesticides. Well, they were like, that's not true, that organic is better. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to mine, so that's fine. But, people are very not aware that certain things are really not good for them, and the reasons why is because of the pesticides and the hormones. And you're looking at our children growing up, a lot bigger and faster, that if you're, 7 years old and you look like you're 15 years old, something's wrong with that picture, right? But Ethan, thank goodness, he looks like a 7 years old,
Yeah.
although his brain is
It's
probably like a
grown
15-year-old.
man.
He has that old soul, and it's amazing. I love me some Ethan from when he was a little boy, So I'm like, wow, You know? And I love your bow tie. You're looking real cool. Real dapper.
Thank you.
And he got me a song too, so we're going to have to work and incorporate that song for our show. But getting back to our discussion. Now, do you know what GMOs are, Ethan? Okay. Well, what happens is they take these organisms, bacteria, and they treat it with, I guess, certain
Poorly?
chemicals, huh?
Poorly?
Bacteria, which is something that's in your mouth and in your all over your body. But what they do is they take these organisms and they treat them with chemicals so that they can be resistant to like pesticides, and then they add it into our fruits, into the seeds of the what they're trying to grow, and they actually do allow the crops to flourish, really, really good. But these things come into your body also. They're saying, oh no, they're not harmful, but they are. They're extremely harmful, and that's what we're trying to do is get all those things out of our body.
So that's why you have to eat the more healthy things.
Exactly, the organic foods that are natural, because it's actually really so deadly because our body actually doesn't recognize these foreign evaders. They come in, like you play Pac-Man and they're coming around and munching all the little dots up and what have you, and then all of a sudden, the little...
The ghosts?
Yeah, they come in and all of a sudden, you're
The
like...
Pac-Man eating.
Yeah, and those are foreign,
Right.
so you're...
There's some place to store it. So
Yeah.
let's store it in the fat cells.
Well, your fat cells, and then all your body
Your
starts to actually try to fight it to get rid of it, and your body turns on this mechanism, and it actually doesn't. It causes disease, and you really have to be concerned because your body's now attacking the foreign matter that's in your body, and it doesn't function properly.
That is like if it was like a food virus, like you eat the food, all these food.
Yeah,
A food
I
virus?
guess that you can call it a food virus or something like that. Well, basically, it's like, well, a virus is bad. Okay, so a virus is in your body, and then you're trying, but it's the food has something that is just as bad. It's not a virus, but it's a bacteria, but it's on that organism, small, tiny, microscopic. You really can't see it, but it's there. And it's causing, like we were talking earlier, that the foods actually, because your mom, we had discussions. I wish she was talking here, but that's okay. She was saying that the foods don't last as well. Like the stuff that is organic, it goes bad faster. But if you buy something that is processed or GMO treated or whatever, is genetically
Lasts
modified, it will last for like maybe 3 months. and it doesn't get moldy or anything. It's just like, okay, let's hang out, I don't want to
So-
eat that.
So it doesn't make you go to the bathroom.
It makes your body just really, well, it can constipate you. Why not? Yeah, it would. That would be one of the side effects. Your stomach really does start taking a toll. Your gastric issues. Your gut all of a sudden doesn't want to work properly. So yeah, it will mess up your digestive issues. They call it metabolic syndrome, leaky gut syndrome. There's a lot of different things that happen to your body. What happens is your body starts exchanging different fluids inside your body, and it causes a lot of issues that your body doesn't work properly. It doesn't digest the food because it doesn't recognize it as being whole. So it doesn't want to come out. It just kind of hang out and causes more disease.
I was watching a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel, and it had put some fast food things in a glass jar, Had like a burger, fries, and also a fish sandwich. And they didn't, it didn't decay for a while, for weeks. So I'm like,
It just hung in
ooh,
there.
yeah,
It looked
yeah.
basically the
and
same.
it still looked the same.
That's like very scary. Okay, and this is what it does in your body. You chew it, and it stays in your body, and it
doesn't go
and
anywhere.
doesn't go anywhere. They call it like visceral fat and what have you. And there's a lot of different things that are going. So we want to like eliminate it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a quick break. Okay, and then we're going to come back in a little bit. So we'll be right back.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, PMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with the one and only Madhouse TV.
You are the man.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
We're going to do a live commercial. Hi, I'm Renee Marie. I'm the president of Language of Love Incorporated Foundation. I'm really happy to tell you that we're going to be doing a Language of Love telethon on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please look for the location on my website, ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And the show will be hosted on the Madhouse TV. It really is important for you to be aware of strokes and aphasia. Strokes is the third leading cause of death in America and the first leading cause of disability. And it really is something that plays no favoritism. And it also really comes when you're not expecting. Nobody expects to have a stroke, and nobody expects to suffer from aphasia, and it really does make a huge impact in your life and change your life in one split second. So we look forward to having everyone join us once again on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you could follow us on ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. Once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And we look forward to seeing you. God bless.
to make the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. Made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh day and night. No supermarket can say.
Hi, welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm Dee, and I have my friends here. I hope you're enjoying them, because, oh my gosh, I love having young people. Hi, how you doing? Ethan wants to get, actually, he wants to get scanned, because he knows he wants to find out how old he is. Have you gotten scanned previously?
Mm-mm.
You never got scanned? Really? Now, see, technically, you really should be like your age. So, but I have scanned young people, and I found them to be a little older because of the processed foods. Okay, so because you've been on this journey for the last 10, 15 days, you should be doing okay, hopefully. So we're going to check you out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring it to you. Generally, we use it, I have a table, what have you, but I'm just going to take your arm, and I'm going to sit it here, and don't move it, okay? And then we're going to see how it goes. Because he was very excited about this. So your dad never scanned you?
Mm-mm.
No? Oh, it didn't do. Not today. What? You probably have some kind of soap. What kind of soap are you using?
Or lotion.
Is it a moisturizer soap, Mommy?
Yeah, it has shea butter on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he has coconut oil on it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you forgot about that, huh? Okay, so next time, okay, because we're going to have him on next time. You know, I'm talking to the mama that doesn't want to be over here, but that's okay. But she supported, and, you know, she made sure Ethan was here. Well, Ethan made sure he was here. He was not. He's like, I had a play date today, but I'm not going to my play date. I'm coming on the show. I want to be here with partners working, you know? So what have you been doing in terms of eating differently?
So I been eating. Should be try to stop eating. Sometimes I try to stop eating. Sometimes I stop eating a lot of the stuff I usually eat. Like sometimes I don't eat those things. Like I usually do not eat that much bananas anymore. Instead
Did you say
of
bananas?
Yeah.
Okay. Did it make you sick?
Mm-mm.
Why do you stop eating bananas?
I think because my mom detox, I do it the same thing with them, but sometimes I eat it instead of I'll usually be eating bananas. Instead of bananas, I eat sometimes a lot of oranges, the organic.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, you know, we were talking a little bit about organic versus, well, the non-organic or the GMO or what have you. Because there's actually, organic doesn't, they don't have to always be organic, but they just definitely have to be non-GMO, and then you don't want any pesticides on it or
Right.
hormones. Because when they have that, that's when your body will not recognize it. So you want to make sure your body does recognize anything that you put inside. So that's why we're going to eat, like, I think your mom said something about tomatoes and cucumbers. You've been eating more of that. When you go to school, what does mom prepare for you?
She gives me a sandwich and I have juice, sometimes water, and I have a fruit cup,
What kind of
Okay.
sandwich?
cheese and ham sandwich.
Mom, we're going to have to talk to you.
He calls everything.
Is it cold? Is it cold cuts?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, because that's part of the processed foods. So
Right.
we have to eliminate that. So if you're going to get a ham, get a real ham and cut those, get the ham, you know,
slices.
and slice it. And you have to have real foods, you know, because all those processed
Nitrates
foods
and
have to,
nitrates.
yes, exactly. And those are chemicals that we want our children not to have, or our bodies to have, because in terms of all that, it is causing challenges in their body, you know, in our bodies. And you don't really know the chemicals that they're putting in, because they don't even, you know, it's like FDA approved, oh yeah, that's okay, you know, but it's scary, you know, it is truly scary. And so those things have natural sugars, and because it is processed, it is, you know, between the unsaturated, certain fats are good for you, you know, certain fats
Trans
are,
fats or not?
but trans fats, and those are, those processed foods will have the trans fats, and loaded with sugar, loaded with unhealthy salts, the nitrates and nitrites and
Nitrates.
and
stuff.
all that. And then it has, you know, like we have the dyes and things like that. So we don't want our children to do that anymore.
Yeah, they put
Okay,
that a lot
Mommy?
in candy.
Huh?
A lot of those is in candy.
Yeah.
The dye.
What
Yeah.
about
Yellow dye number 5, red dye whatever number 6.
And now they're saying that those things are possibly carcinogenic, you know? So it's like, oh, yeah, our children now, you know, are getting younger and younger and having, you know, challenges with cancer, having challenges with ADHD, you know, that big, a lot of people, you know, ADHD, multiple sclerosis, they have so many things, you know, autoimmune diseases, you know, diabetes type 2, you know, so you gotta and all this is because it's inflammation, systemic inflammation, even heart disease. And we were talking for the last 3 weeks about heart disease, and we actually found that, you know, actually, I was reading an article recently, a surgeon, and he was actually just discarded out of the society of doctors because he did not believe in the statin drugs that they're putting out there right now, and causing so many issues, because they say cholesterol is the reason why they have heart attacks. But technically, no, it's not. It's because,
Of these drugs.
yeah, the drugs and then the inflammation that the foods, the processed foods, and he actually did say processed foods. Eliminate the processed foods, eliminate the sugar. Those are the two biggest things that you really must eliminate. And then there's so many things that you really should actually incorporate, or, well, sugar is number one that you have to eliminate, but then they say you have to have healthy fats in your diet. If you don't have those healthy fats, like the avocado that your mom loves, you know, or actually coconut oil, and then there's some other healthy fats that are very good.
coconut oil?
You can eat
Yeah.
coconut oil for sure.
Ingest.
Definitely. Put it
Oh,
right in
I
your mouth.
forgot. I tasted before and I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? You'll get used to it
It comes in
eventually.
different kinds of, you know, you have coconut water, you have the meat of the coconut.
I had coconut water.
You have coconut. Okay. It's coconut. It comes in different kinds of forms, but you break it up out of the shell.
Have you had coconut water?
He said he
Before?
liked it.
I taste a little bit.
You weren't into that yet? You know, it's times. Do you like the noni?
I like snowing.
Do you drink that?
Sometimes.
Well, the only thing is, but that doesn't have the fat,
I
so you
don't-
do need to have the healthy fat.
But sometimes I have Max. Sometimes and sometimes I had Sugar Stop, and sometimes one time I drank original, and then I had Max with original.
Oh, so you do a
I
little
mix?
blend, you do a little
mix.
cocktail. Okay, hey, I do that too. I enjoy that. But thing is, in terms of like you want your body to work as efficiently as possible, and so certain things you need to ingest, and that's why you're healthy. Because a lot of people are in the assumption just because you have you're trying to lose weight, then you have to eliminate the fat, and that's not true. You have to have fat in order. And they say grass-fed butter,
Animals,
grass-fed eggs, for the hens that are laying the eggs. You have to have, because all those things your body will recognize, and it will be working for your body to work better
Right.
if you put those things into your diet. So, people talk about, oh my goodness, I can't have too many eggs because of the cholesterol and what have you. But that's a fallacy.
It's like a myth.
Yeah, because actually, I just realized recently that, because I've been trying to do more research and what have you. And so just recently, I found that my mom is actually using the statins, which is for cholesterol, okay? Because everybody at this point had that attitude that cholesterol was so bad. And they found that you really need cholesterol in your diet to function properly, and your brain definitely needs it. So when they put you on those drugs because you're a little high or whatever, that messes up your whole system and really causes issue. And it's really not the cholesterol that's causing the issues with the heart disease, and that's why this gentleman who was the surgeon, all of a sudden he was like, wait a minute, you all need to stop giving these people the statin drugs and realize that heart disease is because of systemic inflammation.
It would just stopping their money.
Oh yeah, this is very true. Yeah, it is because people are loving these drugs. The pharmaceutical companies. Actually, I just read a article from an ex-pharmaceutical drug, and I just posted it on Facebook. And she wrote a book indicating about drugs and synthetic and pushers, being a pusher. Yes, Ethan, what's up?
I saw it on TV. It was this, I saw it on the news. It was this thing that, it was like, kind of like this, but and then it had like a pipe through it. And
Is it the
Yeah.
smoking
Oh, it's the
commercial?
smoking
With
commercial.
The smoking commercial?
Yeah.
yeah, they have it and it's a pipe, and it's it was like on the news.
Yeah. Well, see, there's a lot of stressors that's going to cause heart disease, cancer, and a lot of these things actually, sugar. They found that sugar actually will cause the cancer, and the smoking definitely is one of those stressors that if you put into your body, yeah, you're going to end up with cancer.
Is it because of diabetes?
Diabetes can cause the issues with cancer, and because all these things actually will lead together, link together.
interlock.
Unfortunately, because what happens is a lot of times your body starts feeding cells that aren't supposed to be fed because your body's putting stressors into your body that will cause your body to work incorrectly, inefficiently. So yes, that is part of it for sure. So you don't want to put anything that's going to cause your body to work incorrectly, malfunction.
Work against itself.
Exactly. I think they really like you. But the thing is, he's looking at himself. He's like, wow, yes, I love your dimples too. But yes, in terms of what you put in your body, and that's what the sugar, in terms of the pesticides, the hormones, and smoking is definitely one of those things that will cause your body to work inefficiently and will cause disease including cancer. So you have to be really careful. You know, you don't want none of that.
What about the new one, the new virus?
Which viruses?
Yeah, there's lots of them out there.
Influenza, flu.
Ebola.
Oh gosh, wow, yes, Ebola. Well, you know what? Ebola's been around for forever, okay? But it was centralized in one area in Africa, basically. And
I think that it's in one place, and then the person must have came over to different places to get the right medicine, and then must have spread it from Africa or all the other states and continents and countries.
well, it hasn't really gone that bad into the United States. They have been able to keep it centralized in Africa. But when they do travel back to the States, that's why they do ask a lot of questions, actually. When they go into a urgent care area or a hospital, those questions are asked. Have you traveled out of the country, or have you been around anybody that was traveled out of the country? So those are definitely important questions to be asked. Now, to find out what happens a lot of times, and you're kind of having fun with that seat, aren't you? I'm kind of trying to keep up with you. but what happens is we have to be aware, but viruses are actually translated a lot of times through people to people, or certain vectors, depending on what kind of virus it is. So I don't exactly want to get into the possible reasons why it was concentrated in Africa, because they're thinking it could have been genocide or what have you, and Theta is kind of like, yeah, possibly, you know, but we're not going to get into that discussion. I don't know whether you know what genocide is, but they're trying to get rid of a certain population, you know, and actually there's a possibility that they want us old people out, you know, so they're trying to do certain things in terms of the food and the drugs here, so that they keep the population under control, you know. So there's a lot of different, you know, theories, unfortunately. So that's why we have to educate ourselves, and we have to make sure we know what we're putting in our bodies so that we have the best health. And what happens is, even with the Ebola virus at this point, if they had the proper medicine and the proper nutrition, and they can contain it properly and they get it early,
Right.
if they get treated early enough,
And then they
can
can
eradicate
cure
it. They can,
They can help it.
definitely. And they definitely can. But a lot of people get scared and they don't want to share that information,
have it.
that they
Yeah,
have
because
it, and they don't get the proper
It's
treatment
like how
early
AIDS
enough.
were. You know, I don't want
Yes,
to
exactly.
say anything, so now you're worse off.
Yes,
Keeping it
exactly.
Silent.
So you have to be very upright and forthright in what's going on with whatever's going on with your body. But because there has been an area that they were able to contain it and eradicate it and have a lot of people come out of it. I think it was in Sierra Leone that they were able to actually eradicate it.
Mhm.
And they didn't have that many people die. So it was contained. And
They caught it earlier.
yes. Okay, yeah, we don't want to create any
Accident.
dramas. But, so that's a good question, Ethan, you know. Do you have any other questions?
How old are you?
7.
7. Very nice, wise 7 you are.
So the thing is, at this point, you're helping Mom, and then you're going to help Dad also, right? And then you're going to help yourself. and grandpa and grandma, that everybody's going to be healthier. That's the important thing, that we're all going to be healthy.
Healthy, that's perfect.
Well, we're going to live longer and feel better and enjoy life. You know, because you want to enjoy life with the best, way of the, the best in quality of life. You know, in, your integrity is strong, so that you can just get out there and do your thing. And rather than being all slumped over and hurting, and you just...
If you can run through the meadow versus sitting in a wheelchair, which would you choose? That's the basic thing.
Well, I'll tell you this also, in terms of, like we were talking about healthy fats and what have you, and I just wanted to get back to that real quick. But, we had said the avocados, right? And then they also said the grass-fed milk, also, in terms of, because you can drink milk, because everybody's like, oh, no,
Depends
you
on where it comes
But
from,
it
how it
definitely,
was raised.
exactly. And then you have your pasteurized eggs, or the organic pasteurized eggs, and then, and yolks are good.
Yeah.
People,
Well, that's what they said,
it's
throw
like,
the yolk away and just use the whites.
no,
It's all
actually,
good.
it's really,
Yeah,
and they
really
say
good for
to
you.
cook it as soft as possible. And then you also have your raw nuts, and then your grass-fed meats, okay? Because you can eat meat, right, Ethan? And you know what? Also, in terms of your blood type, you have to be really careful on what kind of meats that are good for your blood type. Some people...
There's a book.
Yeah.
I have the book.
Yes.
It says eat for your blood type.
Yes, yes. And it's important to really know what is best for you, as an individual, because everybody is an individual. And that's why I love this program that we're on, because it is so unique to everybody as an individual. So we need to understand our bodies and listen to our bodies. Right, Ethan? So now your mom's on the journey of eating and listening to her body, even though it's a little challenging initially, trying to just
Digest
get,
the food.
going through detox, getting the right things in your body. Your body's still wanting to eat the bad
It's
things.
craving it.
Those
because
cravings,
as long as it's in
yeah.
There, it's going to be craving.
It's kind of rough. So you got to be there for her.
Sometimes I eat some of the food, but it's just that one time I ate yogurt and it was at lunch and I got constipated.
Okay.
It
Well,
was
you know
the
what?
honey. It was the honey.
You got to
I
drink
must have had
water.
some
Did you drink enough water? No answer means you didn't do it.
drink any water.
That's the
some.
important. That's the important thing. If you
I drink
don't,
some.
you have to drink enough water.
Flush
Because
it out.
that's part of the detox. If you don't drink enough water, and the right kind of water too, and that's a challenge. I actually recently went to a seminar, and they were talking about this Kangen water, okay? And I don't really know that much about it. I just know that I'm a scientist, and I know that my blood is probably about 7, and I know my urine is probably about
pH.
7 pH. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Let me break it down. And 7 is neutral. Okay. So technically, do you know about pH? Okay. It's like your body chemistry has certain pHs. Your saliva has a pH. Your urine has a certain toxicity. It's basic.
Smell?
Well, no, it could smell too. But what happens is it's all about acid and base. You haven't taken chemistry yet, huh?
Chemistry.
Yeah, no, you're too young for that. But basically, it's chemistry. Our body is a chemical being. We work on certain chemistries. We have certain organisms. We have certain minerals in our body, and it's all about how our body chemistry works together to be efficient. So what happens is
All
if
can work?
your body needs certain things
To make it work.
Exactly. So you have certain minerals that make your body work. Your
Certain
blood,
foods?
certain foods will make your body. Those have those minerals in it, and then you have water, which has minerals in it. You have salt that has minerals in it. So certain things your body does need.
What about if you but you know that a lot of sugar comes in from doing this. If you so I sometimes do it. So it's this. Sometimes they have these little packets, and it's this. It's the stuff, and you put in water, and if it flavors the water, it makes it into like juice.
Yeah,
what it
well,
says.
that's
And it's
processed
weird.
foods. Okay, that's one of those things that's processed foods.
It has lots of sugar.
It's
Probably
lot-
the first or second ingredient probably has sugar.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you really want to get rid of, the fructose, so the high corn syrup fructose, all that stuff is
Like
no
French
good.
toast.
Well,
What was that?
French toast.
Oh, French toast.
I like French toast too.
Depends on
but-
what kind of bread are you
Yes,
using.
yeah, it does. And the thing is, we can get
It's
into
the bread from the it's from the store.
processed foods, but it is all, if you do it on occasion, perhaps it would be okay.
Once in a
But,
while.
not
Not every day.
No,
Not every second.
you have
not all day
yeah,
long.
there's ways of getting around eating those processed foods, that would be a little more healthier than not eating it.
Ezekiel bread, if you want to go somewhere, with bread. Ezekiel. How about that? Make
I
your-
never tried it.
Well, you're going to be
It's
trying
in
a
the
whole lot of
refrigerator
new
'cause
things.
It goes bad fast.
Yeah, because it's not processed. But your mom is going to be, starting to use a whole lot of different things now because she knows better. When you know better, you do better. So, and that's important. So, at this point, we just want. I know we were talking about something, and I can't now remember. Do you happen to remember?
You was talking about the French toast, you talked about the eggs, talked about the animals and the GMOs. Yes, grass fed, because anything that comes from an animal, if it's grass fed, or has it been processed to make them plump up?
That
Depends
means
on what
like a plant eater.
Okay, that is great. If you have a cow that's eating plants and raw grass,
What
you would
about
rather.
pig?
Same with the pig. If he's eating, what is he eating? What are they feeding the pig?
They feed the pig the leftovers from their own
You actually saw that?
day.
Did you feed the pig?
No.
Oh,
I saw
Well, the thing
It
is,
was-
okay,
it
we're
was a book. It was a
gonna.
book.
There's one more thing though. Okay, we need
Slops.
healthy fat. No, we're not gonna go there though.
What
But
was that?
we need the healthy slop. Yeah. well,
slop,
we
yeah.
don't know
No.
what's in that
It's in the
slop.
slop,
We
right.
gotta be careful of the
right.
slop.
See, what are they eating?
But the thing is, at this point, we do have to be very aware of what we're putting in our bodies. So you want to get the foods, the meats, the
Minerals?
the minerals. Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. The
Minerals.
minerals and all that good stuff, because our body needs to function.
You were just talking about
The
pH.
pH. Yes, thank you. Oh gosh, I'm back. Okay. It's like go off on a tangent, and then we gotta go back. But now the pH is everything has a certain pH. So in terms of your blood, it should run kind of neutrals. It shouldn't be too acid or it shouldn't be too basic. So a lot of people drink water, and your water should really actually be kind of
Helpful?
neutral. It should be neutral, because you want to put. Your body is so comprised of so much water, probably 80%, 90% water. So you want.
How many bottles of water?
I have no clue. I'm gonna have to do some
They-
research.
they
In fact,
say-
you check it out. You let me know. Okay? Is that how
Okay.
you're gonna do it? Yeah. I'm
All
gonna
right.
give you a homework
So I
assignment.
won't say.
You know.
I won't say. I'll just let you.
Oh, you know?
It's, you take your body, this is what it said on, I have read. You take your body weight, whatever that body weight is, you cut it in half, and you use that in ounces.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll tell you, it's important, but you're going to tell us some more information because I'm going to definitely.
I'll search.
Yes, thank you.
Search.
Appreciate it.
And make sure
But-
that I'm right,
Okay.
okay? So
cool.
you tell me whether I was right or not.
So now the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that it's important to put those fluids back in, and certain types of fluids. Now, I was concerned because I know a friend of mine's just recently, I went to this office and they had a meeting about this water. I was talking about the Kagan water. And
Was it too sweet?
no, it was too alkaline.
Like-
It was too basic. You know, they were talking about, they were drinking
The
this
pH
water.
balance was
It was
too
too-
low?
It was
It was-
too high in terms of the base. The base was like 9.5 they were drinking. So I got a little concerned, you know, and actually I
Was it
tasted
like-
it. Huh?
Is it like not? Is it like? Does it give you high on pressure? Pressure?
High blood pressure?
High blood pressure? I can't really say for sure because I haven't done my research on it. So that's another thing that you could look into because we need to actually find out because I don't want to downgrade anything per se because I just don't know. But I do know when I took a sip of the water, I only had maybe a quarter of a cup.
You didn't feel good?
My pain started coming up, you know, because I had a little, I still have some challenges with my back and my neck.
It made your back hurt more.
Yeah, I was like, why am I feeling it today? And usually I feel it by the end.
And then, but then, did you drink the regular water? Did you
I
feel
did.
better?
I certainly did. I drank some regular water, and all of a sudden I felt better. So I'm like, I don't think I want no water that's like high in alkaline, you know? So, but you know what? We're almost finished for the day. And how'd you like being on the show?
Good.
Good? Did you learn anything?
I learned a lot of things about healthy foods.
Okay, cool. Would you want to join us again?
Yes.
Oh, cool. And maybe next time we can get your mom to hang out with us.
Okay.
Okay? So, wow. Another day. We have finally gotten out here, and I'm so glad Ethan was able to come out, and I'm so glad, thank you, Theta, for being my support and my backup, and
No
being
problem.
my
Happy to
friend.
be here.
I'm so, you know, I couldn't do it without you.
Sure you can.
No, I couldn't. Really, I couldn't. Really. And then tomorrow, actually, we're going out early. So,
I know.
Oh, my
I gotta make my
goodness.
salad when I get in the house.
yes. I have my beet. I made a beautiful beet salad with some celery. But I'm going to hang out with your dad tomorrow. We're going out to Delaware. It'd be nice if you could come. But, not this time. But next time. But I'm so glad you came to find out about healthy and helping your mom and becoming healthier, and you're becoming healthier. And we're just going to continue on our journey. Okay?
Okay.
So, we're going to say goodbye until our next time. And we'll be discussing this because this is something that we can't help but continue to discuss and just get everybody healthy and educated on the right things to do for their body. So, Passion for Life, come back next week and enjoy us with Dee and Friends. Take care.